Yo guys, welcome back to the channel. So I just heard my doorbell ring and it's Sunday. And what do we have here? It's a big box. I think we got car parts. Shout out to FedEx for delivering on Sunday. And you guys know what that means, right? Today we're going to be installing a new exhaust on the Evo. This is a dual 3-inch catback Megan Racing exhaust. I did a lot of research online and it's supposed to be the best bang for your buck. So we'll see. Well, before we unbox this, I'm going to pull the car in the garage and go get some penetrating oil so that way I can leave the exhaust bolts loosening up. Yeah, because I'm almost out. You guys can't really hear it, but this thing's empty. Alright guys, so right now I'm on the way to O'Reilly's to go get some penetrating oil, maybe some pea blaster or liquid ranch. Okay, we are here. The whole parking lot's pretty empty. Maybe it's too early. We ended up picking up some oil and PB blaster, and that way I can drain the oil while I change the exhaust. Alright guys, we're back home. Okay, car's in the garage. Alright, the car is all jacked up, and now I'm going to start spraying down all the bolts. Okay, now we got to start draining out the oil. It's been way too long since I drained it. Okay, what I was trying to say, it's been way too long since I drained out the oil. Normally I change my oil every 2,500 miles just because you can never be too safe in a turbo car. But this time I think it's pushing right around 3,000 miles. Okay, we got the oil draining, PB blaster's doing its thing on the bolts, getting all the bolts loose. So it's time to get started with the unboxing. Here she is, guys. Okay, we got the rest of the piping. A couple of things from Megan Racing. Got a decal. I'm gonna leave this on the exhaust tips until I put it on the car, that way I don't scratch up the tips. Okay, we got everything pretty much unpackaged now. Okay, let's see if we can get these bolts loose. If you guys are doing your exhaust and don't have a second person, just use a block of wood. There's a lot of carbon in here. Jeez, that's like a thick layer. Well, time to get started on the hangers. Alright, we got the old exhaust off. Now, if you're watching this and you don't know the rules behind exhaust changing, whenever you change your old exhaust, you have to get a startup with an open header or an open downpipe. So if you're watching this and you want to hear it, hit the like button, subscribe, and if you're already subscribed, thank you for subscribing. But before we do that, I gotta put some oil back in the car, otherwise it's not gonna be fun. Got Mobil 1 oil filter, Mobil 1 oil, new Mitsubishi washer for the drain plug. I think we're good. Alright, the oil change is done. Now let's go ahead and get it started up. Alright guys, this is very, very loud. I think my neighbors are gonna hate me. Now, what kind of person would I be if I don't rev it up a little bit? I'm gonna let it warm up and I'll get a quick rev. kind of smells in here, just like a bunch of exhaust. Alright guys, and it's time to put the new exhaust on. Now if you're watching this and you have no idea how I'm going to change this exhaust by myself, whoa, keep watching because it's going to get interesting. I'm going to use this Megan racing box. Hopefully it's big enough or small enough to get the exhaust on there. Alright, so let's see if this works. It looks super good. What do you guys think? Do you guys like the single exit or the dual? I like how the dual looks a lot more. But not only that, if you look over here, my single exit used to burn this part up all the time, and they used to leave carbon all over here. So this one isn't going to be doing that, and it looks a lot cleaner. Alright guys, we got the exhaust on, we got the car back on the ground. Now we're going to listen to it start up with the silencers on. And then we're going to remove them and see which one sounds better. My guess is that it's going to sound better without them on. Alright guys, this is with the silencers off. It sounds really smooth. I like it. But let me know what you guys think, if you like before or if you like after. I'm gonna get another exhaust clip with the car outside the garage and you guys can compare them. Alright guys, so we're actually on the way to the old place where we took the last exhaust clip with the old single exit. And that way we can compare them side by side and see which one sounds better. Alright, so if you notice, they almost sound the same, except this one doesn't have that rasp. I think maybe the old exhaust was bad, or maybe it had a bad gasket, I'm not sure, but it had like a weird rasp to it. And it may even be because the other one did not have a resonator. This one has a resonator built in, so maybe that's why. But let me know in the comments which one you like more. And the suspension, I think it still pretty much looks the same as in the last video. Right now the car's a little angled down, so maybe it's a little different right now. And I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, but the car is pretty filthy right now. So we're gonna go ahead and go wash the car, and that way you guys can listen to the exhaust from inside the car. Alright guys, so we're on the way to go wash the car right now. Hear the turbo. Ooh, I don't know if you guys hear the pop, but you can really hear the turbo a lot better when you're getting on it. Yeah, I think compared to the other one, maybe the other one was slightly louder, or maybe they're just as equal. I can't really tell. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go wash the car, and after we're done washing the car, I'm gonna go find a good spot, maybe take some pictures for the thumbnail or maybe for Instagram. And we got a tunnel coming up, so you guys know what that means. All right, and we're here. And it looks like we lucked out. We got an empty bay. I'm just using the spot free, then we're gonna finish up here. And afterwards, I'm not gonna dry it. I'm just gonna let the spot free do its thing. I'm gonna drive the car, let the wind dry the car off. And again, I always do this with the cars and it works out fine. And then if I need to, I'll go over it with like a spray wax and remove any water spots. All right, we're all finished up, let's head out. Alright guys, and before we end the video, I want to show you guys the exhaust one more time. I'm really happy with the exhaust. I think it sounds really good. It sounds a lot better than my single exit did. And I think it looks a heck of a lot better. I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you guys like the single exit more or the dual exit? I really think this looks a lot better just because it really fits with the whole flow of the bumper itself. As far as the sound, I really think it sounds really good. But right now, I don't have a cat in the car. I have an ETS catless downpipe. I think if I did have a cat, it would be way too quiet for me. It would probably be just slightly louder than stock. But this about wraps up the video, and thanks everyone for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. Bye.